Welcome to my first video on this channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that goes far beyond the pitch. The relationship between football clubs in England, their fans, and city politics. Football isn't just a sport in England. It's a cultural force, a community anchor, and even a political tool. The clubs we love shape local identities, influence how cities are run, and sometimes spark heated debates in town halls, just as much as in stadiums. In this video, we'll explore how clubs interact with their communities, how fans can impact decisions, and how local politics often plays a decisive role in the future of football. Stick around, because this story shows football is never just a game. Section 1. Clubs as community anchors. English football clubs have historically grown out of their local communities. Many were founded by church groups, factory workers, or neighborhood associations in the late 19th century. Over time, they became symbols of civic pride. Think of clubs like Newcastle United, Manchester City, or Liverpool. They're more than just teams. They represent the hopes of entire cities. Because of this, clubs often carry responsibilities beyond the sport. They run community programs, support local schools, and create job opportunities. The stadium itself is not only a sports venue, but a local landmark and an economic driver. Match days bring thousands of people into town, filling pubs, shops, and restaurants. City councils are well aware of this financial footprint, which is why they often get directly involved in decisions about stadium expansions, safety regulations, or redevelopment projects. Section 2. Fans as a political force. Fans in England are not passive consumers, they are active stakeholders. Their voice can influence not only clubs but also city politics. Supporters groups, fan unions, and grassroots campaigns frequently pressure both clubs and councils. A famous example is when Liverpool fans protested against rising ticket prices in 2016, forcing the club to back down. Another strong case is the Save Our Clubs movements that emerge when owners try to relocate or even shut down historic teams. For example, when Wimbledon FC was moved to Milton Keynes in 2002, fans were outraged. The City of London also felt betrayed. That anger ultimately led to the creation of AFC Wimbledon, a fan-owned club. This shows how supporters can directly shape the football landscape and even spark political debates about ownership models. Local politicians know that angering football fans can be risky, especially during election seasons. Clubs are intertwined with civic identity, so mayors and councillors often side with supporters to show they're defending local culture. Section 3. City politics and football. City politics, on the other hand, often use football as a tool. Councils negotiate with clubs about land use, urban regeneration, and infrastructure. Stadium projects are especially political. Take the example of Manchester City's Etihad Stadium, which was part of a huge regeneration project in East Manchester. It brought investment, jobs, and new housing to an area that had long been struggling. But these deals can be controversial. Critics argue that public money sometimes subsidizes private clubs, while communities don't always benefit equally. For instance, when West Ham United moved into the London Stadium after the 2012 Olympics, debates erupted about taxpayer funding and whether the deal was fair. These discussions highlight the complex negotiations between football clubs, local government, and residents. City leaders also see football success as a marketing tool. A thriving club brings global attention to the city. Think of Liverpool or Manchester. Both clubs project an image worldwide, which helps tourism and even local politics. Section 4. Tensions and conflicts. Of course, this relationship isn't always smooth. Clubs may prioritize commercial goals, while fans demand tradition and councils worry about fairness. When ownership groups from abroad buy clubs, political debates often ignite. Should a city allow its cultural symbol to be controlled by foreign billionaires? Fans frequently push back against decisions that ignore community needs. Stadium relocations, high ticket prices, or partnerships with controversial sponsors can spark protests. City councils sometimes get caught in the middle. They want to encourage investment, but also must protect community interests. Another conflict arises around policing and public safety. Councils and police authorities negotiate with clubs about security costs, crowd management, and public transport. Some fans argue these measures criminalize supporter culture, while officials insist they're necessary for safety. These tensions reveal that football is deeply political. The game reflects larger questions about power, money, and who gets to define local identity. Conclusion. So what does all this tell us? In England, football clubs, their fans, and city politics are inseparable. Clubs act as community symbols and economic engines. Fans act as watchdogs, protecting tradition and holding both owners and politicians accountable. And city politics sees football as both a responsibility and an opportunity, balancing civic pride, economic growth, and fairness. The dynamic is constantly evolving. With globalization, foreign ownership, and the rise of corporate sponsorships, clubs are more commercial than ever. Yet the local voice still matters. Fans continue to protest, councils still negotiate, and cities still see football as a vital part of their identity. Football may be played on the pitch, but its influence spreads across city halls, local pubs, and entire communities. It's a reminder that the beautiful game is not just about goals and trophies, it's about people, power, and place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into football culture and politics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, how does your club interact with your city?